Hi there, I'm Andre from Peak Motorcycles and I'm here at Motorcycle Live in the UK in 2025 and I'm here at the Fantic stand. Now I didn't cover Fantic from EICMA and a few people asked me about it. They weren't there this year, however Fantic UK have a few bikes on a stand, so I thought I'd give you a quick look around. Starting up the back with the Stealth 125. It's a naked bike. I think it actually looks quite nice. They're about £5,000. If you're a learner in the UK, you're restricted to a maximum of 125 cc's on a provisional license. Yeah, that looks like a proper bike. Yeah, really quite nicely finished. So it's got that little grid over the back of the exhaust in there. It's coming up and over the tank. Not complicated, but as 125s go, I quite like the look of that. Next up we have a 50. This is the XM50 Performance Supermoto. And again, I think you can ride these at a younger age. It's been a while since I've been, is it 16 I think, or 15? 16 probably. You can ride a 50cc in the UK. And I suppose you do get the small mopeds, but that actually looks like a proper bike. Quite highly spec'd as well, and I'm sure that goes all right. Around the front end, it's just got that single disc, doesn't really need any more. But it does have an upside down non-adjustable fork, and that one comes in at £3,800 here in the UK. Right then, now we have the Caballero Scramblers. We've got a few of those. So first of all we have the Deluxe, which is the kind of the more street one with that low front mudguard. I did actually get to ride one, and we've got this new Rally engine. They used to have a derived version of the Zongshen 450, but they've got this new Rally engine in it, so as to comply with Euro 5+, and it's an absolute peach. You know, it's really light. I think these bikes do get overlooked quite a lot, and they're certainly underrated for what they are. That's cracking. Even just a few things like the shine on the hub down there. Don't know how long those stay like that. Next to it we have the Caballero Rally. So this one has the high front mudguard, key distinction, a few other bits and pieces. It's got the headlamp guard, it's got that sort of mini, does that count as a fairing? It's like half a number plate holder that just gives you a little bit of protection at the front end. From the side, looks very similar really. I think it's the same seat, same tank pad, same protection pieces, but again it's got that Rally engine. This one, I see it's actually got an adjustable rear shock. Maybe you don't get that on the Deluxe. But yeah, really nice bikes, really nice to ride. And even though they are sold as a 500, they actually go extremely well. Now, just because it's the sequence in which I'm going around, I have a couple of their motocross bikes. So first of all, we have the XEF250. That is a serious bit of kit, you know, not to be confused with their trail models. I think that one's 8,600. So yeah, it's quality and performance comes at a price. But yeah, that's a serious motocross bike. And for a little more, 9,200, you can have the XEF250. Let's give you a quick look around that. As I'm sure you know, if you watch the channel for a while, motocross bikes aren't really my thing. I have tried it a few times, and what it taught me was I'm probably too old to be starting motocross at my age. Just coming back down along the front of the stand, here we have just the standard Scrambler 500. I don't see the Scrambler 700 on here, which they used to, which had the Tenere engine. Maybe with this Rally engine, it's closed the gap enough that that's not something that they're really doing anymore. But this is just the standard one, and in the red, I think that looks pretty striking. Yeah, I suppose if I lived in a city, I was just looking for another naked bike, this would definitely be on my list. Great fun to ride. Here we have the Scrambler Deluxe 125. So this is again same sort of look and feel as the others, slightly lower spec as you'd expect. 125cc engine in there, still got that quite nice brown stitched seat with the Fantic logo on it. Yeah, comes with knobbly tyres, it's got that twin Scrambler style exhaust down the side. And yeah, there was an article I think in the TRF Trail magazine not long ago where they'd actually been looking at these Caballero Scramblers. It was probably the 500 one rather than the 125. But you know what, £5,500 if you're a learner and you want something that looks maybe a little bit different, a bit cooler, maybe that should be on your list. Okay, almost done. The last two, first of all we have the XMF 125, which is a 125 Supermoto. Yeah, looks really nicely finished. Lots of anodized bling bits on there. Yeah, really tidy. Again, 125, they're certainly catering quite a lot for that market. But again, you get some 125s that look like they really are just budget bikes put together for that learner market. But in here, it does have that adjustable rear shock, as you can see in there. And yeah, just nice fit and finish all over the bike. And then the last bike on the stand is the XEF XEF250. So this is their trail bike. So I suppose this is their alternative to the Honda CRF300L in the UK. So it doesn't have the same sort of high performance, high maintenance, high service interval engine of the enduro and motocross bikes. So it's not the Yamaha derived units. However, I think that looks amazing. I did ride one, a much earlier version several years ago, and it was great. I mean, it was light, easy to ride. I still see quite a few of them out and about on the roads here, and just the fact that it comes with, you know, that Fantic powered by Arrow exhaust on it. It says made in Italy. I think it's certainly assembled in Italy. A lot of the parts come from there. The origin of the engine I would have to check. But yeah, just the standard spec and the fit and finish. For those of you that own CRF 300Ls, you know, you might recognise the super basic dash as being something that you get on bikes at this price point. But everything else on here, from the domino grips and throttle, really nicely put together. You know, even the foot pegs, they're sort of quite sharp, endury foot pegs, but they're quite big. You know, certainly something you could live with for a while. It's about £5,000. It'll take 7.5 litres of fuel and weighs 122 kilos. I think a CRF 300L weighs in about 140, so it's 20 fewer kilos to lug around. So there you go, that is it. That is my very quick look around the Fantic stand here at Motorcycle Live 2025. Hope that's been interesting and useful. If it has, please check out some of my other content from the show, and maybe I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.